So I'm not really sure where I left off at. So I'll just start, I guess, anywhere. So I came home from prison doing 5 with 85, pretty much 10 years. 5 in prison, 5 on the street for armed robbery I committed when I was 18. Mind you, that's the only violent charge on my record. I've never had any before then, and I haven't had any since. But my wife was able to use that one small incident, and on my record, to tell people that I was a violent individual, and it still holds today. There's dudes trying to argue with me that I'm a violent person because I have a violent charge on my record. And like, by definition, a violent person is someone who just continues to be violent even after, like consequences and lessons. And I've noticed throughout these whole past 3 years, like my wife, her friends, everyone, the courts too, they've all tried to push me to become this angry, violent person. And like, yes, I'm righteously angry. I have a right to be angry. I was, again, the stay-at-home parent with no access to the funds, and then my life was ripped apart from under me. And not only that, I now have to deal with people who are convinced I raped and beat the shit out of my wife and kids. You know? But yeah, when I moved in with her family, I was told I had to work and I had to clean the house. And like, that's both fair assessments, So I worked like 2 or 3 jobs the whole time I was with her. I always had 2 jobs. My sons never saw me without a fucking job. I mean, my oldest has made comments about that. Even now, even as a homeless man, he straight up says, like, I don't understand how you like I tell them time to time what I have to do in order to like be able to see them. Like I got to go donate blood just to be able to go spend a couple hours with my sons every week. And like as a man, that does something to you. That does, because you went from being this protector and this provider to now you're like less than nothing. It's not even just less than nothing. It's like she wants me to be dead. Like she's tried to use the elements to kill me. She's still trying to use the elements to kill me. At this point in time, my lawyer's quitting. The judge knows my lawyer's quitting. Everyone is well aware that, hey, this man hasn't really had any progress in his lawyer's quitting. And when it comes down to the gist of it, my lawyer's quitting simply because my wife refuses to pay the court order. But then she keeps trying to make these deals, these backdoor deals that the judge already told her she can't make. Like I have to pay the taxes and fees and penalties and anything else. And if I don't, then I get the money. I need to file taxes and pay her that money. Now, mind you, this is the thing about anything that you agree to in divorce court. It's a contract. It's a legally binding contract. And what she's trying to do, her whole mindset is nobody's looking at the bigger picture. The only person who's looking at the bigger picture is me. But that's because my life is the bigger fucking picture. You don't steal someone's identity, put them out on the street, control their address, steal their mail, steal their money, and then sit there and think like they're not gonna put 2 and 2 together. Like it was already crazy enough the way that she served me and divorced me. And then like as I'm homeless, I'm finding out that my 750 credit score is dropping expeditiously, like so fast, and it didn't make sense. And then all of a sudden I'm getting these debt letters from places that I've never even fucking heard of. This final notice. IRS is telling me I owe them $50K plus for years I worked at her family's business. But mind you, I wasn't in charge of the paperwork then. I trusted my wife and her mother to fill out that paperwork because they told me, bring the paperwork home and we'll fill it out for you. Or their exact words, you're not going to fill it out correctly. Not, we'll help you fill it out. You're not going to fill it out correctly. And that, again, that's my fault. I trusted 2 women that I shouldn't have trusted. But it's on top of that they turned around and told people that I was fucking retarded. So stupid that I didn't know how to fill out paperwork. They've got the postmaster convinced I'm so fucking stupid. I don't know how to do a change of address. Like, my God, I've never lived in the same house for more than 10 years. This is the first fucking time. You know? I've written letters since I was able to write. So, like, you can't tell me that I'm not writing the correct address. You know? And then recently, the last time I did an address change, the postmaster, as always, got involved. And she said, no, I checked your paperwork when you gave it to me. You wrote the correct address. What is this? And I said, man, that's what I've been dealing with this whole time. They tell me that I'm filling it out incorrectly. And each time, it's always the same thing. They always take the post office box and either write it as a suite or just write the number like it's a house and then try to blame me. And I'm like, no, I filled it out correctly. I know how to send post letters to post office. My grandma's had a post office box since I was old enough to fucking write. Again, I know how to write addresses. I know how to do change of addresses. I'm not as stupid as my wife has people convinced that I am. And to me, it's kind of weird that people are willing to believe that I'm just that fucking retarded. You know, like, yeah, I might be naive. I might be ignorant on some shit. But so dumb that my wife needs to be able to handle all my day-to-days. Like, that's, if I'm that dumb, how was I able to go be the breadwinner for 8 years? You know? How was I able to raise 3 kids? How am I able to still come through for those kids? I can barely come through for my fucking self, but I guarantee you my sons have never had a doubt of, hey, I need something, I can't ask my dad. Because they know I'll move heaven and fucking earth to make sure that they have that shit. I've done it. I've gone hungry just so that they could have some brand new fucking shoes, because their shoes were literally fucking talking. Their mom literally said, go ask your dad. So it's like, the abuse that I suffered then and the abuse I'm suffering now, it's like none of it was worth it. None of it was worth being with this woman. She really isn't worth it. You know, like, she's not worth it as a mother. She's not worth it as a wife. She's not even worth it as, like, a side piece. She will literally destroy everything that you build, attribute it to herself, and then turn around and make you the villain. You know? Like, why should I work? I just busted my ass for 10 years, and someone who didn't do a fucking thing profited, and is still profiting. Still profiting off my name while I'm living in a car that she owns. I'll be back.